Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, August 11th, 2019. Time is 9:33, and welcome to another segment of Lion's Thoughts. And before I begin with the Lion's Thoughts today, shout out to my homie, Big Worm. He's reached 2K, and just wanted to say shout out to him. Shout out to Iceman Gord also. He has reached 200. So yeah, everybody that I know, as far as Worm Nation and all the good friends that I've had when I had my first channel that have stuck around and waited for me to make a new channel and start again. Thank you very much, and congratulations to you guys for getting to where you guys are. So, with that being said, what are today's topics? Or tonight's topics? Well, tonight's topics are, always on the random. So, let's get into it. So tonight, I was thinking to myself, I was saying, what would be the proper topic for tonight? What would be the proper thought? And then I thought about it, and I said content. But then I think I covered that the last video. Well, let's talk about consistency, because, obviously some of us are not consistent with our YouTube videos, and some of us just, we all have lives, and we can't always be consistent as much as we would like to. And then a lot of people say, well, why don't you have any more videos out? I mean, how come you're not consistent? How come you don't have a video every week or every other day? Or life hits us. Bills, kids, other things. Probably we have some things that we have to take care of, and we as YouTubers, we are people outside of this. I mean, when people watch us on YouTube, they're like, oh, that's that guy, or hey, it's such and such a channel. But you gotta understand that just like TV, just like this platform here, yeah, we got lives too. Everybody does. Everybody has lives. I mean, we all go through things in life and stuff like that, and we have to take care of those things, so we can't always be on YouTube, But some people just don't understand that. They think you're supposed to stream and entertain them 24/7, and I get it, but we're not movie stars. We're just average people who like to do what we like to do on our channel. Some of us play games. I know I play retro games. I know some people do food reviews. I know some people that do movie reviews. Some people do toy reviews. I mean, yeah, we can put out the content as much as we can when we can. But sometimes these things require scheduling. Just like when they tell you, check your local listings for the TV schedule. The same thing, check with the people with the TV schedule or with the YouTube schedule. And scheduling is important, because as we sit here and we do our YouTube videos and our games and our vlogging and all that stuff, we always have to do it on a timely schedule, because it has to fit around us. Some days you don't feel like streaming. Shoot, there's be days I don't feel like uploading. There's be days where my brother Eagle, he don't feel like editing, because we have other things to do. I've had one person come into my chat, and I remain nameless, and say, hey, Eagle, you can take your time out to play one game. You can't. There's so much things going on that I won't speak of, and it's great things. It's just you don't have the time to do so. And then when you don't have the time to do so, it's not because you don't feel like it or you're inconsistent. It's because of the simple fact that life happens. That's what happens. Life happens, and you just have to figure out a balance between the two. So what's your balance? It could be dealing with the kids and dealing with the bills, or dealing with your mom or your dad or whatever. It happens, and this is what people have to understand. We're not supermen, we're not movie stars, we're just people who like to do what we do and just showcase our videos. I've had people say, or I've had heard people say, hey, you should change your channel. No. Why? I'm doing it for fun. It's not like I'm like trying to make this out of a full-time job, like most YouTubers do. I just like doing it because I like to put up my videos and do it for fun. You know, if I get blessed in the end, then that's fine, and God will bless me when it's time. But I'm not gonna beg for it. I've seen most people do that. I remember a time where a lot of people were just begging and begging and begging, and then some people beg for the wrong reasons. And I'm not saying donating is like begging. It's not, because you should be able to donate if you can. And, it's your money, you can do what you want. But at the end of the day, some YouTubers, they don't get it. Like, hey, I want, if you support to me, I support to you. Or, you have to support to me because, I'm this, that, and the other. Or, I had one kid tell me, this is when I had my first channel, if you love God, you support me. And I remember that, and I never left my brain. And I said, wait a minute, why would you put God in this? Like, really? Are you serious? And I remember my moms just swarmed on him like a whole big swarm of bees, and was just timing him out, and then they finally hit him. They just gave him like timeout after timeout after timeout after timeout after timeout after timeout. And I had nothing to do but chuckle, because it was like, you just upset everybody in my chat because you just put God into the sentence. If you're gonna put God in a sentence, make sure that you do it like this: thank God for I'm up. Thank God for that I'm alive. Thank God that I woke up this morning. Thank God that I have the privilege to be on this platform. Do you get what I'm saying? Not a lot of people think so. What they think is that they're too privileged, that nothing's gonna happen. They think that, I'm a YouTuber. Okay, you're a YouTuber. You got two supporters and 4 videos. Welcome. I mean, I'm nothing. I got 150 supporters and 20 videos, or less than 20, maybe 6. Who knows? I don't upload as much as I should. But I think about it. What do I have to brag about? There's so many people that do YouTube for the wrong things. They do. They do. And when someone says to me, your brother should play with you, it's not that he doesn't want to. It's the fact of the matter is that there's things when I'm streaming, he's handling behind the scenes, and there's things that are important to do. And then when he's streaming, there's things that I'm handling behind the scenes. That's why you don't see me, that most people that I'm supported to, or they're supported to me, and I'm in their Discord, and I'm in the channels. If you don't see me in your channels, there's a reason. Some people call it BS. I call it work. I call it life. I call it life balance. It's the difference between your balance of life and your YouTube life. Here's the thing. Most people take their YouTube life and their real life and put it together because they take it so seriously. It's like everybody that gets on a game. They take the game so seriously. It's just a game. When you turn it off and you wake up and you go to work and you come home and you turn it back on, it's going to have to boot back up. It's not going to start back where you were. Let's take Friday the 13th, for instance. So many people play that game. So many kids play that game. And then you think about it. They take the game so seriously. Oh, you're a noob. You're this. You're that. I don't get it. I'll tell you a few games that I've never had that problem on. And that's Warframe. That's one of them. Battlefield. Maybe sometimes. Kind of, sort of, but not really. But Warframe, Payday the Heist, Payday 2. Those games are mostly co-op games. They're mostly cooperative. Everybody has to work together to get to a common goal. And I like stuff like that. You don't hear nobody saying, oh, you're a noob, you're a newbie. Because your caliber of play will will explain. And if you are a newbie, they're not going to say, oh, you're a newbie. They're going to help you. If you're going to somewhere and you're playing on a public server, they're going to help you get to where you need to be so you can be better. Difference. But my point, what I'm getting at, because I don't want to ramble off a subject, is that when people have a balance between life and YouTube, they have to meet their life balance first before they meet their YouTube life balance. See, it's like yin and yang. They both have to be equal. You can't have something that's 30-70, 60-40, 20-80. Yes, everything has to be 50-50. And when you juggle that life balance, when you juggle that balance of life, then you understand this whole thing that I'm saying. Because you're going to come to a point where you're going to be playing this game on stream. You're going to be uploading. And then you're going to get stuck and say, what am I doing? What am I doing here? Because you've been so busy putting your work, your life balance and your YouTube balance together instead of separating the two, that you can come to a block. And that's the reason why when I say I have a life outside of YouTube and I try to do as much as I can on the platform, but at the same point in time I have to do as much as I can off the platform as well, because there's my balance. Some people would call it BS because they don't know you. See, they don't know you're a hill of beans. Like the last video I said, they sit in their basement. Parents, uncles, grandma, mamas, with their underwear is on, chilling, typing on the computer, looking at YouTube videos of what to do. Should I take this guy's video down? Should I give him a thumbs down? These are that's their life and YouTube balance in one full connection. Whereas if I don't see you on YouTube, I'll see you next time. Because I know that there's things outside of YouTube that need to be taken care of. So that's what I mean by, the balance, the difference. Because people outside of that just watch you are never going to get it. And the people that know you and have been around you for a long time, they're going to get it. I know some people that are streamers that say they're mommy first and the streamer second, or a parent first and the streamer second, or parents first and streamer second, because of the simple fact they have to deal with their life before they can deal with the YouTube life. Yes, we're entertaining you. It's not our job to entertain you, but we entertain you because of the simple fact that you like what we do. And as content creators, we have to make sure that you engage so we can keep getting supporters. The more supporters we get, the more content we put out, the better it gets for you guys. My advice to anybody who's doing YouTube, because I've been in streams where people have been asking, how can I do this, or how can I get my channel? Here's my advice. First, never take your YouTube life and mix it with your real life. Keep the two separate. Number 2, schedule yourself. Always make sure that you can do this YouTube thing before you can do your life, or your life thing before you can do YouTube, and make sure that you take care of your most important priorities first, and then do everything else second. And the third thing, keep putting out your content when you get a chance. Your supporters will understand. They will understand. And if they don't, you'll get new ones when they leave. Remember what I said in the last video. Be careful who you pass up the ladder, because when you come back down the ladder to hit rock bottom, to come back to reality, you're just going to pass them people coming down the same ladder as they're going up. Next topic on this nice little video that we have is the humbleness, staying humble, and making sure you thank everybody for how far you've gotten. And a lot of people don't do that. I don't see it when I'm in certain streams or certain channels or chats or whatever. And a lot of them are not as humble as I would guess. And this is not the people that I know personally or closely. It's just people that I start to support. And none of the new supporters that I have, I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that are not supported to me. That's what I'm talking about. I've been to chats where I've watched them bicker. I've watched them do support for support. I've watched all this. I've seen things happen, you know? And it's weird. It's weird because it makes you feel weird. Like, I've had somebody say, hey, Lion, I support you if you support me. And I'm like, no, because you're never going to show up. See, the whole support aspect is to support people because it's a two-way street. Like I said in the last video, it is a two-way street, but let's touch it in more depth. See, supporting doesn't just mean dropping that thumbs up and that ringing that bell. It means more than that. It means, hey, I'm watching your content. Hey, I'm helping you get your hours up. That's support, because then you get it back in return. It's like when you go to the store and you get change, right? And you have a 20 in your hand and you want change. The guy can't open up the register, so you gotta go buy something to get your change back, right? So you go pick up a candy, you go buy the candy, you get your change. Now, what if you bought that candy and didn't get your change back? What would you do? You'd be angry. You'd be upset, like, where's my change? Nah, you're not getting your change back because that whole candy is $20. Then you'd be like, I'll never come back to this store again. Give me back my 20. I don't want this candy. That the only thing they can do is take that support away from you. Just like you can take the $20 away from the cashier. It's the same analogy. I've been in chats where it just was volatile. You know, some chats, they always scheming, seeing who they can pick on. That's not support. That's just anger. I don't think anybody knows what it means to do proper support. Proper support. Think about that for a second. Proper support. And you're going to say, hey, Lion, what is proper support? Well, proper support is like this. Like I said before. Making sure that they make their face known. Because that notification can tell you, hey, I support you. But they'll never show up to none of your stuff. There's been streams in the past where I've had only 2 people come in or nobody. Because everybody else was busy doing other stuff. I had to cut streams and stuff like that because I didn't feel it. Because at the end of the day, when you stream and you got 150 people and you expecting 150 people to come in and support you, that's not going to happen. You make it 2 to 13. True facts. Some people get 40. The last time I had a big stream like that was a couple summers ago, and I had about 30 people in the stream, and I was just walking and vlogging, and this was at nighttime. Just enjoying myself, doing what I'm doing right now. But this is a different segment. This is different channel. And they came in and they got their support. But once they started getting to where they were at, guess what happened? They stopped showing up. And this is what I talked about earlier about in the first video, is never to get discouraged. Because them same people that don't show up, others are, and they're gonna keep showing up and keep showing up. So that's what I mean by proper support. Proper support means to keep showing up. Proper support means to always be there. And then you have to show that proper support back. So it's not just a one-way street, it's a two-way street. Because both cars got to come down, ongoing and incoming. There's another analogy for you. So we just touched on the support thing. I know I probably started that off a little bit different, but it ended up being with support, so that's fine with me. But I have a question. And this question goes out to everybody. And when you do things or when you do videos and you have people that are supporting you, do you think that they will have a hint of jealousy? Probably so. See, the problem with people who are jealous is that they don't like what you're doing. They think that you're not doing it better than them. And because you're not doing it better than them, they don't want you to do it at all. See, the jealousy is a bad thing. I call it a really horrible disease. And what I mean by that, I mean it figuratively. Listen, jealousy is like a disease. And once it spreads, it's horrible. So many people are jealous of other people for all the wrong reasons. And that jealousy is always the person who's jealous. It's their downfall. They're never going to amount to any good because they're jealous. That green-eyed monster is crazy, ain't it? I know some people that are jealous of other people's channels just because of the simple fact that they're doing better than what they expected. So all you jealous people that leave those dislikes, let me explain something to y'all. That's still a view, idiots. Get used to it. All you people that don't come into the streams of other people, it's still a view. And whether you guys know it or not, you're helping them propel their hours. If you don't like their content and you're jealous of them, don't come to the channel. What's the point? Why waste your breath? Why waste all them 20 emails to get into someone's channel? It doesn't make no sense. Ray Charles can see that. You guys are funny. That jealousy thing is really horrible. There's nobody likes to congratulate anybody anymore. Why do people leave platforms because of this? I'm not a jealous person. And I've never had a jealous person come into my chat on my channel or my streams because I don't have enemies. I don't make enemies. I don't bother nobody. My point is if you're jealous, do it better than them. That should fuel you. Instead of you being jealous, that should be your motivation. That should be your rival. You can't be jealous of your rival. That should be your motivation to be like, you know what? I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna be better than that video that was there. Because that's what you're supposed to think in your mindset. You're supposed to be like, hey, I can do this better than this person. Now, that may come off cocky to some people, but it's just confidence. And you're going to say, you know what? I'm confident that I can do this right. I can do this the right way. I can do this to make my videos better. Because you got that rival. See, people are doing it all wrong. I'm gonna take down your channel because you showed your neckline, or I'm gonna take down your channel because your hairline's backwards, or some crap like that. The jealousy. Instead of you jealousy and envy, you should be like, you know what? I'm gonna make sure he knows that I'm his rival. Your rival is gonna make you better. Say, hey man, do you mind if we have a little bit of a rivalry? No disrespect, none to you, but I want to make myself better, and I want to be able to make myself better. And then you never know, rivals always become friends. It always happens. Now let's get to the nonsense I see on YouTube every day. The nonsense. So I remember when YouTube was just cat videos. Everybody's cat. Cat dancing. Keyboard cat, flute cat, drum cat, guitar cat, all cats. Then people started doing gaming. We didn't have a PS4 then. You had capture cards. Even the capture cards was sucky. There wasn't an Elgato at the time. There was some sucky little them capture cards that would burn out, and then they stopped making them for a little bit, and then people were using their 1080p cameras and mounting them up, and catching the audio from the camera and catching the audio from the game itself. And I remember those times. It's not until the PS4 broke out with the streaming that you can actually stream from your PS4. See, that's ingenious. The content that I see now, it's the same old games. Friday the 13th. For Honor. Call of Duty, and don't get me wrong, I love to watch Call of Duty. I love it. Especially Modern Warfare. If anybody's playing the first Modern Warfare, yes, love it. Resident Evil, not the remake, the old school version. Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2 Classic. Those two, yes, love it. Any other games besides For Honor, Friday the 13th, and Fortnite, I can stand. I play with a friend of mine who's a streamer. Only when he plays. I don't play for challenges or none of that. I only bought one skin, and that was off of a gift card that I had $5 remaining on, and I didn't know I had $5 on it. Cause I don't play Fortnite. I'm a Warframe guy. Yes, I play Warframe. I play Payday the Heist, and I play Payday 2. I play Overkill's The Walking Dead. Yes, I don't play them on. I don't make videos on them or play them on stream. I like to play them in my leisure. I play Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, and I actually have a video on my brother's channel about that I played that. And I'll play anything that is worth playing. But the same old content, the same old stuff. When you go to these channels and they're playing the same thing, hey, I'm gonna play Friday the 13th tonight. Other than a really good friend of mine who's a very great YouTuber, I don't mind watching him play because it's funny. He makes it fun. It's interactive. His chat is interactive. Everybody gets along. Everybody tells jokes, and he has the best commentary, in my opinion. And he knows who he is, in my opinion. And then you go to, I got another friend. Her channel is awesome, and she's interactive, and she has her, I have quite a few friends that are interactive, and they play different games, and they're in the chat, and when they play some of the same games, they're still interactive, and it makes it fun. But when you play the same game, and you've been playing the same game for forever, and it's the same repetitive thing, it gets boring. Then I'd be like, when I see the notification up, For Honor, let me see what this person's doing. Then when I see the other people I know, they be playing some game I never heard of. Ooh, what's this? Now I'm intrigued. See, I don't like watching the same thing over and over again unless you make it fun. If you don't make it fun, then I'm bored. And when I'm bored, I don't want to come in. Nothing personal. It's just, it's boring to me. Now I hope this YouTuber knows who I'm talking about, because I know he should know that I'm talking about him, because he's a turd. But anyway, he's a great streamer. I mentioned him in a shout out earlier. He's a great streamer, and like I said, he plays Friday the 13th. He'll play Fortnite. I'll play with him when my computer ain't acting up, and cross play with him and stuff, and then he makes it fun and interactive, and it's funny, and we laugh and we joke, and he's a great friend, and in his community, all those are great friends, and they play games, and sometimes I play the same game, and they play continuations of the game, and it never gets boring. It's only until when you play the same game over. and over. I know another friend of mine on YouTube. She plays Bloodborne and she plays Red Dead and she plays all these other games and she'll play them back again. But remember one thing: she makes it interesting because there's some things that I may have missed the last time she played, and now I can see those things when she plays it the second time. That's the whole point. I don't like dry content. Because when I get bored, I get uninterested. When I get uninterested, I'm not gonna unsupport you. I'm just not gonna be there, but I'll stay supported. I just not gonna be there. You know. So, just make sure your content is exciting so that we all can just be like, wow, this is something new. That's why I choose variety. And like I said in my last video, I choose variety. I choose variety of content because of the simple fact I don't want you being bored. There's always a game you haven't seen before. I mean, as far as like art, as far as games is concerned, I have too many to count. Even though I do keep count of them, but like I said, I'll keep you interested. And I'll keep the gameplays coming. But at the end of the day, I don't want you to be bored, and that's why I choose to be different from a lot of people. And the people that I know, they play different things as well, but they make their games, their gameplays, their streams, their videos very, very fun and interactive, and it's very good to watch something refreshing. It's like if you leave a juice out, or you put the juice in the refrigerator, you open up the first time, it's refreshing. Ooh, yes, it's delicious. But then you drink it the next 2 times, you're like, this is what I was raving about? Yeah, it's kind of like that for me. And it probably is kind of like that for a lot of other people. So our next topic we're going to talk about is, what games to stream. I can't really tell you what games to stream. I stream retro games. Most people stream, fighting games. Most people stream variety. Most people stream basketball games. I mean, sports games or whatever. And most people just, vlog. I, for one, cannot tell you what to choose. But if you do want to choose something, make sure you choose something that nobody's doing, nobody's ever played. Or if they have played it, play it a different way than what they have played it. Because somebody's going to come into your chat and say, hey, I've seen so-and-so played it, and this is what you should do. Because you know how many people like to come in your chat and say, you should do this and you should do that. Oh, but did you know about this? But you beat the game like 30 times and you already know where everything is. So that person that beat it twice is telling you where everything's at, but it's irrelevant. Those are the type of people that'll irk a person's nerves. It don't irk my nerves, but I've seen streamers get their nerves irked, and then next thing you know, that kid is, or that boy, that dude is timed out or hidden. Yeah. So I just wanted to touch a little base on that. But the most unfortunate thing I want to talk about, and the fortunate thing, is about you being a moderator on people's channels. Now, this is going to span a big subject on here. See, when you're a mod and you're given that opportunity to be a mod, you have responsibilities in the channel for two things. Number one, you keep the chat going. And number two, you make sure that the chat is safe, and you make sure that the host don't have to worry about the chat, because the host is busy streaming. Your job is to make sure this chat is well, the chat is safe, and there's nobody in there making the chat unhealthy. And I'll explain. Some mods will fold underneath the pressure, don't know what to do when they got troll after troll after troll after troll after troll after troll come into the chat. And it's just when they have so many different channels. And these trolls are creative. They will make 20 channels. I have blocked the troll 20 times. And the host didn't skip a beat, because I'm in the chat and I'm watching. and I say, you know what? Here's what's gonna happen. You're not gonna do this. I'm saying that in my head because I'm a mod for them. And if I'm gonna mod for you, I'm gonna make sure that your chat is safe. Now, other people will sit there and be a mod, have the wrench on their head and just play around and stuff like that. But that wrench gives you certain types of abilities. And what that ability is ability to time out if it gets out of hand or to hide. Because at the end of the day, this is what you're supposed to do. You can't sit there and say you're and be a mod and then play around in chat and just excuse all the crap that's going in there. When the host puts you as moderator, your job as a moderator, when you are able to mod and you are able to be into the stream, is to make sure that the chat runs smooth. And a lot of moderators don't do that. But then they question you when you're the mod doing it. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why you time him out? Why? Because if you don't see what's going on, and you don't know what's going on, don't ask questions. Because I'm a one and done type of person. If I'm modding for you and I see somebody come in, the first thing I do is check their channel. How much content do they have? They have no content and one supporter. And that one supporter is their fake channel that they have supporting that fake channel. And it's an ongoing cycle. So the first thing they come in your channel and say, you suck, you this, you that, or use expletives. So this is what you guys do in your spare time. But your mods don't do nothing. They just sit there and watching it and laughing and say, hey, hey man, just that and the other, yada, and trying to interact with them. See, that's what these idiots want, these trolls. They want you to interact with them so they can keep your mind off of them. See, when I look at them, I'm going to time them out. Not even time them out. Timing out is too good for them. Banning them is the one thing you got to do. They'll come back with another one. You keep banning, you keep banning until they get the message. Because that's the only reason why they'll get the message. And the funny thing is, the people that I mod for, when I'm in there, nothing happens. Nobody acts a fool. Nobody says anything. I've been to streams where, there could be a pretty girl in the stream and everybody's like gawking over her, saying and if I'm a mod for them or not, the first thing I do is be like, look, y'all need to chill this because it's going to get out of hand. The minute I get a, bleep you or all that, I don't hesitate. I don't time them out. Ban them. Because what's the point? If you're going to disrespect the mod, then you disrespect the channel and the chat and the person that the channel is. So if the host's channel that you're disrespecting and you're disrespecting the mod, of course what you expect me to do? Time you out. A lot of mods don't do that. They let it slide. And they keep letting it slide. And when you don't know what to do as a moderator, that sucks, don't it? Because now the person who has the channel will unmod you because you ain't do your job. Now, it's not a job you get paid for, but when you're doing it for somebody that you are in a channel and they make you the mod, that's the privilege. Modding is a privilege. And when you are a moderator, that privilege can get taken away anytime. Just like you work a job. You're just another number. You get fired, somebody replaces you. So if you're number one, you're going to get replaced by number two. It's the same thing with mods. If you're not doing your job, you're not coming in, and you're not being there, the first thing you're going to do is what? Unmod them, right? They're going to get in their feelings. Why you unmod me? It's just a wrench, dude. You just can't abuse your power. You just can't just slack around. See, I don't mind timing nobody out, giving them a warning. But when you're just doing it too much, it's ridiculous. And sometimes I've watched it where these people get out of hand and say, oh, I've had somebody that I mod for as well, and she's a lady, and I won't even say who she is. Calling her a dude. Hey, dude, you trying to start a rap battle? Dude, why you sound like a man? Guess what happens before they even do the dude? Why you sound like a man? It's already hidden because I don't personally take the disrespect lightly because I'm modding for them. And if I'm modding for you or I'm modding for anybody, that's just how you're supposed to take it, how you're supposed to look at it. And when some people say, no, I know him, how do you know him? He's got one supporter, no content, and a freaking weird looking picture of nothing. So my point is, for mods and for channel hosts and everything, is that you guys got to be careful. Mods, you have to be careful because you guys can contribute. And what I mean by contribute to the channel being taken down is when you allow that nonsense to happen in the channel. Instead of doing what you were appointed to do when you're watching the channel. And then, of course, channel hosts, you guys got to watch out too. Who you mod. Pick your mods wisely and ones that you know you can count on. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones at the first line of defense for your chat and for your channel. Now, we can't stop them from posting a comment on there and saying, this, that, and the other, or you look like this, or whatever. Now, of course, what you don't know is that we mods can remove the chat, and only if you, or remove the comment, but only if you allow it to come back, then that's a difference. So for the people that are new, let me give you a little more insight. Anytime you get somebody that does not have any supporters, that doesn't have any content at all, the first thing you're going to want to do is check their content. That's the first thing. The second thing you want to do is say hi. Give them about a minute. If they don't say hi back, get rid of them, ban them. Because they weren't there in the first place to do anything but just be stupid. And don't trust everybody. Last thing we're going to touch on, since we touched on mods, your Discord. Now I have a Discord, and I'll leave the link in the description. But be warned, for anybody who are trolls, don't think that whatever you do in these Discords are not being watched, because they are. Discord monitors the servers just like we monitor our own server when we make one. We have mods in our servers that monitor it as well. So don't think that you can do what you can do on YouTube and get away with it, because guess what happens? Then we start screenshotting all your stuff as evidence, and you never know, your screenshots can be a video. Because I remember when I did that before, and I will keep him under wraps and nameless, but I had to do it because this person was just too vile. And once they understood it, how much the clout, or not even clout, just how many people I knew to warn, they were finished. I don't even think they're still on YouTube. And if they are, good luck with that. Hopefully they got themselves together. So be careful who you let into your Discords, into your channels, your emails, or anything of that matter. And this is just the IT guy coming out of me now. Because you never know who's going to hack what, who's going to get your stuff, who's going to start sending you creepy emails, because you never know. You got to safeguard yourself as a YouTuber, as a person. You got to make sure, because there's only certain things that we mods can do. We can't protect you all the time. We can only protect you when you go live, or if you're doing a premiere. Either way. We can go back into the past channels and protect you there by removing the people that we see that don't have a channel. So if they try to come back, they'll be like, why I can't come back? See, that's what I'm talking about. It's all about your Discord, your protection, everything that you need to do to protect yourself. Make sure you are protected. If you're getting emails from people, if you're getting Discord messages, make sure you screenshot those. Those are important. Don't think, and this goes for both sides, whether it be trolls and YouTubers or just people who are harassing and YouTubers or whatever. Don't think that you can't get your stuff documented. And I'm going to leave you guys with this little tidbit. Always safeguard yourself. Trust only the ones you can trust. And sometimes those are the ones you can't trust too. So here's my thing. If you know somebody that you thought you could trust but you can't trust them to be the person that you can't trust. That's right, I'll say it again. Trust them to be the person you cannot trust. Trust them to be that person that's going to do something to you so that you know that it's coming, so that you know how to deal with it when it does. And last and most important, surround yourself around the strongest people you can, whether it be YouTube, life, in general. Never surround yourself around anybody that you know that's going to cave in and fold, because the strong people will always uplift you and carry you to victory. And my final, the most important of all, is always rely on God to bring those strong people to you. And He will let you know. And that's all I have to say about that. No pun intended, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to this video and watching at the same time, because you have to watch and listen in order to hear this audio. And it is August 11, 2019. Time is 10:20, and this will end another segment of Lion's Thoughts. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Laters.